Yeah. Welcome back to another video. This is New What If. As you can tell, you're probably tired of me making the what ifs, but look, I've been getting ideas and I know I'm gonna forget, so I'll just do them. And this might be a longer part because I try to record more of this, but what I saw is that I would take a long, uh, it just, the first part of the first 10 minutes, I'll make it longer because the first 10 minutes are probably gonna be me basically explaining how is this gonna work? Because other than that, you're probably gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Like that's not how it went. So as you can see from thumbnail, is what if Deku was a half spirit? And you probably wonder, it's a show called Dead Alive. I should watch it if you haven't watched it. But as you can see from thumbnail, those 5 girls are gonna be like his rap, and that's it. There's no more girls, no more other girls, none of that. That being said, you're probably like, oh, what about the other girls from Dead Alive? What about the ACT? The ACT is still a thing, but it's not as big in Deku City as in is in other cities because the heroes like our heroes are a lot bigger here. So like since they're UA, there's a lot more heroes sighted here. They don't really. It's not as big as the ACT is not as big here. So and you're probably wondering, also how would Deku meet all the other his Haram? His Haram is basically raised along with him. There are raised. So and you're probably like other people wonder like if you watch that like what about Shido? Shido is a thing in this universe. It just he'll be raised where he's raised, except Kotor won't be raised with him. There's another spirit. We'll say he's raised by a spirit. So he basically is. So technically, the rest of the spirits will be part of his Haram because he does have Haram, but he don't. But he does at the same time. The rest of the other spirits will be part of his Haram. This 5 will be part of Deku's Haram, and basically, Shido and the rest of the ACT and all of them will not be involved until later in the story, along with Izuku's mom. Yeah, Izuku's mom will not be part of, like, will not be there, but there's a reason why. Again, that will be involved later in the story when kind of you'll see what I have in store. All I gotta say, there's gonna be a war, and besides the hero war Deku's gonna face, he's facing another war, basically a spirit war. That he's gonna be facing, and like I said, this Izuku is gonna be different from canon. One is being raised alongside 5 girls, so not normal girls, spirit girls, which there are a lot more. How could I say? Their emotions tied, like they're not emotionally like stable, like happy, like their powers start to act up, and their powers are not like they're basically OP as fuck. Like I don't really know how to make sure, but let's just say like, they're very destructive with the power. Like, damn, I have to say, I don't quote me on this, but I think they're more stronger than. Oh, that's a start. Oh, there are most heroes in my hero. I wouldn't say All Might, because that's a tough. I gotta research that shit. But they're stronger than the top 10 heroes. That's for sure. Like besides All Might, every other hero. It's a tough thing to say. It's like they're pretty strong. So their especially like they're teenagers, so their emotions act up very like unstable with the power. Unlike quirks, like their emotions actually unstable with the power, and so Deku's the only one that can seal their power somewhere. So like they can use their power, but it won't be as strong as they will if they go on. Like I'm gonna switch it up a bit, but because All for One will switch up Deku a bit too. It won't be just him stealing powers, and you'll see what I'm talking about later in the story. Like this shit is. Mm. That being said, Again, this is going to be different because all of them are going to be raised by Nezu, and they're basically won't be going to public school. They'll be raised by Nezu, be taught by Nezu, and they'll be raised basically in UA. So they'll be spending most of UA. So Deku does not be Bakugo in this timeline. What else? Uh, Deku will get one for all, as I could say. I said it. But this being different because I'm gonna add where Deku basically is at a young age. All Might takes interest in Deku, and he sees him as a next successor. So Deku will start training at a young age, and by the age of 14, that's when All Might gives Deku the quirk, and so he's gonna have a year of training one for all. So I'll see where I'll put him. I'm not. But I'll put him like at 20%, and he could use at max 30. What was it? Yeah, he could use 30% at max, and then he pushes more. He starts breaking balls. So that's where he's gonna be at during the beginning of this anime. And what else? What else am I gonna have to tell y'all? Oh, Izuku's relationship with each and one of the girls. I'm gonna butcher their names because it's been a minute since I watched the anime. So if I do, my bad. So the first one is Kotori, which is actually I have the pictures. Kotori, which is her. Basically, she is basically your average tsundere. So yeah, she's very tsundere towards Izuku. So that's their relationship. Your yandere. When I mean she's yandere, she's not like will kill anybody, but she will fight them if she has to. And like when she's, because they're gonna be raised differently, because they're not exactly heroes, but then they're not villains. They're like anti-heroes, but not really, because they will give the hero. They're raised different because even the hero association knows they're not normal. And so Izuku, no, Kotori, and all of them will not be going by the rules of your average hero. So she is very yandere. So if she's yandere to everybody, every other girl. Like the girls that have been raised with Izuku are next to them. She won't yandere. Like she will try to be clingy and try to have most of his attention, much to her chagrin. Because in this story, I'm gonna do something. Should I do something? No, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna do something, but I'm not. Because the way I was gonna do it before, it's not the way I'm doing it now. Because it's not how I'm gonna do it. This is how I'm gonna do it. Okay. Anyway, that being said, but these two are constantly fighting all the time. You would expect it would be these two, but these two kind of get along. And so them two, Katori and Kurumi, are constantly fighting. I forget her name, but I'm gonna call her the White Queen because why not? She's basically like Kurumi. She is yandere, and but unlike Kurumi likes to tease people. She's basically shows more kindness. Oh, that's how I'm gonna switch it up. She shows more kindness, and is way more protective over Izuku than everybody else. Izuku to her, and her, she looks like a lolly, but she's actually routine. Don't mind it. They're all basically very cinnamon roll. They're innocent. They're along with Izuku is innocent in the aspect of relationships. Even though he's been raised by with girls, he's still very innocent in that aspect. Yeah, that's the difference. Let's go back to Izuku. So yeah, that's how their relationships are. So I think yeah, so pretty much establish how this universe is working. So let's get back. So let's start this. Let's start this off. Okay, Izuku is born. Inko, like I said, is not human. She's a spirit, and Hisashi, he leaves. He disappears to go on a milk quest, and for the first 4 years, what's it called, is Inko, because she uses her name, the Inko, but that's not her name. But she uses that name as a guy. So Inko basically raises Izuku until the age of 5. So he goes to the quirk doctor. He's diagnosed quirkless, but at the age of 5, uh, she she has to leave us for reasons that will be revealed later in the story. But she lives with Nezu because she does trust Nezu, and Nezu does show, like he does introduce him. She's like, Nezu, like something bigger than happened, and I need to make sure Izuku is safe as possible. And the reason is I am buying you time because something's gonna happen, and I need you to make sure Izuku is powerful enough. Them four, them six are powerful enough to protect this world. I'm gonna have to leave. I'm not sure if I'm gonna come back or not because I don't know if I'm gonna be alive. I'll be honest with you. So I need you to make sure they're prepared for what's coming. And that's just like, okay, I won't question what's happening, but like you'll know, they'll know when the time is right, and they'll tell you. But for right now, I need you to give this to them, and they're the only ones that can unlock it when they're ready, when you think they're ready. But for now, I'm gonna have to dip. So she leaves. So Nezu just looks like at Izuku, and Izuku's like, oh, where's my mommy? She tells them, she's like, Izuku, I'm gonna be gone for a while, okay? He will take care. He knows Nezu, so like, you're gonna stay with your uncle Nezu for a bit, okay? I don't like, I'll come back, but I know he'll take good care of you. So okay, mom, you better be a good boy. It's like yes. So Nezu's like, well, it's you and me, my little nephew. Let's into he does it. There's like I'm going to introduce it to Sama. Basically, they're my daughters. You're technically not really your cousins, but they're kind of your cousins. So he introduces to Kurumi, Katori, the White Queen, Yoshina, and Toka. If that's her name, I think that's her name. It's been a minute since I watched that live, so if I butchered the name, it's my bad. But they meet him, and they instantly like, oh, because besides like the adults, they never seen a boy their age, so they're like, they start like, oh my god, what's your name, blah blah blah. Kotori. So Kotori doesn't develop that tsundere age until like they reach the level, they're age 10. So most of the childhood, they're having fun, they play around. Cause, and Karumi does like to mess with Izuku and Katori, much to Katori's chagrin, and that's how they start arguing between each other. While Katori like, what is going on? And Toka and Yoshino, and they're like, we don't know. We do not know. And the wife can say, oh, they're fighting over me. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. You'll see soon enough. And so that's how most of their childhood knows. But during those times, they're learning because they're being taught by Nezu, which being said they are gonna be smart as hell. Even though the thing about them is that their personalities are the same, right? But when they get serious, like they're on some other level type BS. Like you'll see what I mean in the future episode. Like you'll see, because Izuku, you'll see what I mean. So now, so next was like, hey Izuku, I want you to meet someone. And so he's like, oh, what up, Uncle Nezu? And he meets All Might. He's like, oh my god, like, oh, you're All Might. Like, can I have your autograph? And this version, Deku is not as obsessed as over All Might as he is in the canon. He's not. But he does, like he admires All Might, but he's not obsessed with All Might. And he still does do the whole writing down, but he was witnesses and all that, which Nezu finds like a good habit. So, Nezu tells All Might like, oh, like I know, they've been talking for a while because now it's 6 years old. So for the last year they've been talking, and all my like I know you're still in your prime, but I believe like he'll be a great successor for you. So all my ideas with him, Zuko being the successor, and he begins to they begin to like give like exercise, right? They won't go too crazy, but they do push those sit ups. And Nezu does train the girls. He does train them because he does know. Because Inko did teach him how to help them access their abilities. But she also told them that Izuku is special because he could seal them if they go haywire. Which she says usually that shouldn't be a problem at their young age. But once they hit teenage year, that's when the problem should start coming out. And because like I'm gonna do it where like they're since they're teenage, their emotional things. As teenagers, as you know, teenagers like emotional. Like it's hard for most teenagers to control their emotions, and for them, like if you don't, their emotions will like trigger their powers, and you already know how it is. Like it's gonna be hard. And imagine all five of them going haywire. That's not good for anybody. So we're gonna also have to teach Izuku how to talk to girls. So who do we get? And it's not midnight. Who am I get? Who is good at speaking with girls? Endeavor? Hell no. Oh my, I trust Armor, but he don't have that. Oh, who would be? Aizawa. That's gonna be a no. Um, who would be good? Night Eye? Night Eye? Not really. I guess. Oh, you know who? Not yet, but someone who will talk to him about girls. Hawks. Hawks is a saucy boy, so I feel like he will know how to talk to Hawks and Ryuku, Miracle, and who else? Will be the ones talking to Izuku. Like they're the ones who will teach how to talk to girls, because we can't have Izuku being a mess. Because no, not in this story, not in my stories. That being said, that won't happen till later on. But right now, Izuku so he starts training, doing push-ups, and so that's how most of the story is like them learning, playing around, Katsuri and Kurumi getting at it. And right now we're gonna skip to the age of 12, and at this age, that's when around this time that's when he starts speaking with Hawks and all of them. They're teaching him how to speak to girls because they don't know why Nezu asking for them, but they're like Nezu asks. I guess we just go along with it. If there's a reason we don't want to know. And Miracle kind of, and you kind of see why, because they could tell like those girls like my boy Izuku, and Izuku is gonna have to learn how to deal with all five girls. That seems like a lot, and he needs to, if he doesn't know how to speak to girls, that's gonna be an issue. So they do teach him. Hawks teach him how to have that swag, sauciness, and Miracle and Baker do teach him how to talk, talk to girls, like how to treat them, like treat them nice, but don't kiss their ass. Basically, that's what they say. You can treat them nice, but don't put them on a pedestal like they're queens. Now you can't do that. But you can treat them nice, treat them like normal human beings. That's all you need to do. Just the game is not that hard. But that's all they do. Like to be respectful, but don't be an ass kisser. That's all they ask. Like no. So after that, they do teach him that. But also Miracle does start training him. Because so if Zuko doesn't forget that he has arms and doesn't learn to the third season that he has fucking legs. Like really my guy, oh my god, I'm not even getting into that. That's a whole nother bag of cans I don't want to open. That being said, so that's how much it happens. So during this years, is training, and things are starting to get a little bit more hectic, but still under control. Because I would say, there's still what 12, right? So I won't say that there are things probably starts going haywire when they hit the age of 13. So that's when the whole My Hero. I feel like this would be a perfect time to do it. So that being said, not too crazy. Like you could start to see how things are about to go, at which Izuku really skipped to when they're 14. They're 14 years old, and they're basically um, things have been going a little bit more rougher, but still pretty much calm because they like Nezu knows like, oh, next year is about to things are about to go haywire. He knows that. He knows like things are about to get crazy, but he has confidence. He has faith in Isuka that he can handle this. And so, that being said, we had, he's 14, and I was like, oh, so you've been like they do clean up. They will take up a beach, like it's clean. And Isuka's like, almost like, wow, Victoria. The last few years have been great, and by this time he does have the injury. Like as you could tell, have the injury because of him. So I think it's time for you to start learning how to use the power. So eat this. It's good. Like eat what? Eat your hair? Oh come on, young Midori, just eat it. Like you need my DNA to have one. Right? It's like okay, oh my, I guess it's kind of weird, but fuck, he eats the air, and he can't feel the minute, but he could tell there's a small change. He could feel it, like, not but much, but he gets to feel it. That being said, goodness. So 10 mind times tip. All training with the power. So they're gonna be beasts when the time they hit 15. When I 10 mind time skip, and they train. Izuku has been talking with them, and no, you have to soon being soon there like you don't overtrain yourself. Like you'll be training all like a long periods of times. Like it's not that I care or anything. It's just I need it. We don't want to the fucking like it's not that I care or anything. It's gonna have to deal with you and have to pick you up and doing all that. And Izuku does know, but he's still kind of innocent. So he doesn't really. He just says what he's on top of his head. Like it was something like, but it's innocent. It's like, but that hasn't happened in a long time with Tori. And like, you're always the one. You're the first one to come help me. Like, it's like yeah, because just shut up. He kicks. Pushes him away. She leaves, storming out. Him and Kurumi is very teasing, and so with the White Queen, like they're very teasy against him. Like, so he blushed a lot. And he won't say this, but he does prefer just and Taka because they're innocent and they don't mess with him. But he won't say that out loud because he knows better than that. He was been told like even if you have favorites, don't say anything. Like you prefer like it's not that he loves them more, but he just prefers to hang out with them more than the other ones because he doesn't want to be embarrassed or smacked because he has been smacked. But that's how those relations been going on. And yeah, he's been kicked. Like it's been hectic for him. So like he hasn't had a normal as childhood to say this. Basically his dad is a rat man thing. Siblings, kind of, they're siblings, but not siblings, but they still are. But he's not, because he knows like Nezu already told him like, hey, bruh. And when he found out, he was like, wait, what? Like, he's like, yeah, it's a good, like, one, yes, you know, he does reveal, like, he does know he's a spirit now. And when he found out, like, Nezu like, I need to sit down with you, I need to tell you, you are a spirit. You're a house spirit. You know, he explains the whole story. And Izuku's like, oh, so like, yeah, technically, you're the only one that can see all of them, and you keep under control. It's like, oh boy, that's a lot of like, you know, Batman gets up and smacks him like, get under control. Man, we can't have you going unstable. Look, you got this. You've been training. That's what Miracle and Ryuko and Hawks have been for. You got this. And if you don't got this, millions of people are gonna die, and it's gonna be your fault. So you better have this. It's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh no, that's what I'm doing. I can't do this. He's like, oh, so that's he was told that when he was 13. So he's all like, you don't have to do anything right now, but just all you have to do is make sure they're stable, they don't go unstable, and you basically have 2 years to prepare before things actually start taking the worst. And after that, you have to wait till like they're 18, so you have to deal with this for 3 years. Of them going possibly haywire if you don't. So you know, and you know, Deku is dreading the months because surprisingly, all of them have the same birthday. I would just say that. That's why not? So you know, Deku's dreading that day. He's like, oh boy. So you know, time skipped to 10 months. They've been training, all of that. They're already 15, and so far nothing's gone bad. But the operative word is so far. And you know, so they know like the entrance exam is coming up, and that's where I'm gonna leave it off. I know it hasn't been too much interesting things going on. I've just been explaining how the relationship has been going on, because like I said, it's not, this part is a lot more slower because the more interesting parts are gonna come up here, and just you wait too. Oh boy, just you wait. Like I have plans for this. This what if, but anyways, that being said, hell, I might upload another video today. Who knows? But it's been your boy. I hope you enjoy. Your boy is out.